Jonathan Whaley back with you. We're going to start talking with some of these victorious Seton Hill University women's volleyball players here this afternoon. We got a couple of the freshmen and then the older player as a redshirt sophomore. So we're going to let the more experienced player go first, ladies. How's that?
That's good.
Leah Bisignani.
Hello.
Leah Bisignani, first of all, congratulations to your team. This was a match that I think you guys really needed. If your goal is to win the PSAC Southwest Division, to let Clarion come in here and win in your building, knowing you got to travel to them in November, would not have put you in that position. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. This was a huge win, and to be on top of our pod's awesome. So we're in a really good position for the rest of the season now.
This match started. The Griffins came out a little bit slow in the contest. Clarion came out strong and got the early lead, but you guys never seemed to lose your determination and your belief that you're going to be able to turn things around. What do you think accounts for the team playing with such a high level of confidence right now?
I think our depth and just knowing that if someone makes a mistake, someone else is going to pick it up. That's like a huge confidence boost. If you get blocked, you know that someone else is going to pick it up for you, and you can just stay aggressive and play your game. Well,
this is definitely a deep team. I know looking at the roster before the broadcast, I thought at least 12 players would get into this match here today, and maybe a couple more than that. It does speak to the depth that Coach Hall believes. Let's share with you your statistics here. You ended up tied with Miss Farion with 11 kills in the match. You both kind of started slow, but you got your offense going, and you would have 6 blocks, Miss Bisignani, so you kept the defense going. You become very consistent this year. I think you're playing your best volleyball. I know you came in with the ACL tear your freshman year, a highly recruit out of Greensburg Central Catholic right down the road, where you were a big anchor on a state championship team. So last year you seemed like you were kind of getting back into the rhythm of the game. This year you're playing outstanding volleyball. What makes you think that things have been so successful? Why do you think so?
I just think knowing my role on the team is different this year, and just being able to be an offensive threat for us, and even like if I'm not getting set, being able to pull blockers away from Vic or other hitters is huge. So I just think I have that confidence I didn't have last year.
And this is a team right now that I think the only thing that can hold you back is not keeping that eye of the tiger, that killer instinct. You showed it today. You were on the team last year. These two young ladies weren't. But looking at last year's squad, you would not put a team away. If you got a lead, you kind of let off the gas. All of a sudden, the match that you had control of would slip away.
Right.
And you'd walk out of the gym saying, well, how did we lose that match? You're not doing that this season. That says a lot about the maturity of the team as well as the way your freshmen have contributed. My last question for you, as a veteran here, talk about what it's meant to have Miss Chapman from the Buckeye State, Miss Farion from the Buckeye State, contributing so significantly to this year's Seton Hill women's volleyball team.
I love them both so much, and they're both just so consistent as freshmen, which is really hard to find. And like the whole way around, defensively and offensively, like we can rely on them at any point, which is huge. So
pass that mic over to Miss Farion from Revere High School.
Hi.
Over in the great state of Ohio and Richfield, Ohio, her hometown, 5'10" freshman outside hitter. Before we talk about your statistic, I was talking to your father out in the reception area before the match today, and I was talking about some of the players who had been playing well. What do you think the odds are that of the 3 parents that I was talking to out there, they were your 3 parents?
Really good.
Well, that's what it was. I was talking about some of the players, Bisignani, yourself, Miss Chapman, and her mother would say when I talked about Chapman, she goes, that's my daughter. When I was talking to your father before I knew he was your father, that's my daughter. So that was kind of fun for me. And the way the 3 of you played today is if you were right on cue. An outstanding effort.
Thank you.
Freshman coming in and becoming the PSAC Southwest Division Player of the Week in back-to-back weeks. A first time ever for Seton Hill since they joined the PSAC. That's pretty high way to start your freshman career, isn't it?
Yeah. It took me like practice by practice. I try to challenge myself, and I have my teammates challenge me. And it's really, that's what makes me the player I am. And I couldn't have been PSAC Player of the Week once, let alone twice, without my team.
Looking at your stats, Viktoria, and I always say Viktoria with the K.
Yeah.
I hope the people know I'm saying that's V-I-K, not V-I-C, but that's why I say Viktoria with a K. 4 aces. You got that going in that second and third set today. You've now got 15 aces on the season, so you're pretty good behind that line. You had the 11 kills tied with Leah, and let me see for you. That's what we have. Yeah, your aces with 4 and 11 kills. Your adjustment has been rather seamless for a freshman. What do you attribute the reasons for your easy transition to Division II volleyball?
Honestly, I give all the credit to my team. Whether they're on the court or on the bench, they're constantly supporting me. If I make a mistake, they get me out of my head. They tell me it's okay. I always have support. I never feel like I'm unincluded or like getting in my head. They have my back, and they made it so easy to transition, especially as a freshman starter.
Right now I'm talking with Viktoria Farian. I want to ask you, what drew you to Seton Hill University, and what are you planning to major in here?
I'm majoring in biology and part of the LECOM 4+4 program, and I plan on going far in that, becoming a doctor.
Well, I wouldn't sell you short after what I've seen you do on the volleyball court. But Coach Hall doesn't want to see you leave anytime soon, as he doesn't want any of these ladies to leave. Congratulations on an outstanding effort today in your team and an outstanding career you got going, Viktoria.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now we go to Lehman and Sidney Chapman over there. Where Miss Chapman came in, I thought you and Jessica Beal in that first set, the Griffins at the time were trailing Clarion 15-12. You would then get a kill to make it 15-13. Bill would get one to make it 15-14. Chapman, you would get one to make it a 16-15 game. When it was tied at 15, that forced Coach Heron to have to call a timeout. You showed a lot of poise out there on the volleyball court. Talk a little bit about how your adjustment from being a very good player over at Lehman to playing Division II volleyball here at Seton Hill. What do you account for your smooth adjustment?
Honestly, the same thing with Viktoria. It's the team. Everybody's there for each other. We're always there to pick each other up. And it's like a competitive atmosphere because we're like an even leveled bench, so we always want to compete with each other and compete for that spot and be aggressive against each other to make each other better. So
working hard in practice, the competition for playing time is going to make you, because if you don't play well, there's players such as yourself chomping at the bit to say, hey, if Coach O gives me a chance, I'm going to deliver, and give him confidence to want to insert you into the lineup, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, looking at your numbers today, Miss Chapman, 7 kills, 1 ace. Not a bad day at the office, coming off your career high in the 5-set win last night. You're in the midst of some outstanding volleyball. I know you and your family have to be very proud of what you're accomplishing so far.
Yes, absolutely. Getting to play yesterday, I came in with that mentality that I wanted to compete and I wanted to come in and bring up my team. And today I brought that over and carried it out. And I just love going in and being ready to attack and give my team as much help as I can.
Yeah, when you could come in off the bench and make things happen offensively like you and Jessica did in that first set, and that was a critical juncture, that's a big boost to this team's hopes.
Yes, absolutely. I think when anybody comes in, we need a little
lift.
Oomph. Yep. We need a little something to give us our spirits high.
Yeah. I'm going to ask each of you this question, but I'm not done with you yet. You all hit the ball hard. I'm going to ask you to say, who is the hardest hitter? Who brings the thunder the hardest among the three?
I'd say Vic.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, Leah puts it down hard. The thing I like about you, though, Leah, this year is your touch game is developing, where you're able to find that open spot and don't have to always hit it hard. Do you think that's something that you've improved upon?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's another big change in my game is just not swinging as hard as you can every time you get the ball, but looking for the open spot and adjusting to the block and the defense.
Miss Chapman, I want to ask you the same question as a freshman. What drew you to Seton Hill University? What are you planning to study?
Well, definitely the biology program. I'm studying biology right now, and I plan on going to med school eventually. And I also liked the team, how it was a big family, and we're all ready to compete with each other and push each other to do our best.
Now, did you and Viktoria play against each other in high school, or were you in different districts over there?
We were in different districts. We were on opposite sides of the state.
Did you ever meet travel club or club volleyball?
We might have played, but we don't really remember.
Well, Coach Hall did a nice job finding you two, and it's been a great addition to the team. Lee, I got to ask you, I know when you first came here, your particular academic major may mean that you may be leaving early. Maybe share with our viewers your academic major, and will you be able to play how many more seasons here at Seton Hill?
Yeah, so I started out as a biology major, but then I got hurt my freshman year, so I have an extra semester here, so I need to add something else. So I added exercise science as well.
Okay.
Which will like help me study occupational therapy down the road. Like they're pretty related. So.
All right.
Yeah.
How's your sister doing? Is she following your volleyball season this year?
A little. I get a little text from her. She's like in the midst of her like the start of her swim season.
Okay.
So she had a big meet yesterday. And
for the listeners who don't know, your sister, an outstanding swimmer, played on the volleyball team with you at Greensburg Central, but swimming is her sport.
Yep.
Where is she currently attending college?
She's at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore.
All right, well, if she had a chance to listen to the broadcast today, she's got to be proud of you and what your teammates did. Viktoria Farian, thanks for visiting with me. Continue good luck. You'll be in action. The Griffins on Tuesday, non-conference down at Charleston. Keep that winning streak going. Leah Bisignani, it's been wonderful describing your evolution as a volleyball player from last year to this year. Continue good luck. And Layman, Sidney Chapman. Again, outstanding performance as a freshman. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you.
You ladies are all welcome. Those three are the reasons why the Seton Hill University Griffins women's volleyball team find themselves alone at the top of the PSAC Southwest Division following a 3-0 win this afternoon over Clarion. Match scores 26-24, 25-21, 25-12. That wraps up our coverage of Seton Hill University women's volleyball on this Saturday afternoon from the Catherine Mavis McKinnis Center on the campus of Seton Hill in Greensburg. A real good day for Rick Hall's outfit as they will go to bed knowing they sit at the top and a chance to accomplish a major goal. This from a team that when the coaches voted in the preseason poll, they had the Griffins finishing 4th and Clarion finishing 1st. Still 7 matches to go. It's not decided, but you got to like the look when you watch the Griffins the way they're playing volleyball right now. So I will talk to you next on the Westmoreland Sports Network this coming Friday. High school football, Franklin Regional will take on Gateway. A victory by either side will give them second place in the Big East Conference and a home playoff game in the first round of the WPIL football playoffs, which began 2 weeks from last night. That'll be a big game on WestmorelandSports.com. I have it for you with the pregame, 6:30, and the kickoff at 7. Feel free to join me there. Hopefully the folks on the PSAC Sports Network getting their first opportunity to listen to my broadcast of Seton Hill University Women's Volleyball had as much fun listening to it as I had delivering it to you this afternoon. This is Jonathan Whaley saying, so long for this time. Until next time, take care. You have been listening to Seton Hill University Women's Volleyball on the PSAC Sports Network. Good afternoon.